All right, so I'm gonna start the update with what I'm doing right now, which is hoverboard, um, fourth dimensional Higgs field, decay, combustion, prototype, and then I'll get into. But let's start with that. Um, so I told you guys about my new formula, E equals VD cubed. And basically, that's just a fifth dimensional version of Einstein's E equals mc squared. And the purpose of that is to, what it illustrates is that the decay of the Higgs boson. If you don't know about this, Higgs boson is a fundamental particle. That is what science is saying right now, not me. Not me, being just one scientist. I've taken it a little bit further and viewed the decay, quickly decaying particles, as higher dimensional particles, and the Higgs being the first of those, being almost like a quasi-particle, in that the Higgs boson is probably a real particle. I think when we get into muons, I'm starting to think those are in the higher 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th dimensions, which is why to even really call them particles, I don't know. I think what quantum is trying to do when we say quantum physics or particle physics, anyway, that's not, I think it is relevant, actually. I think it's trying to create a paradigm in which these particles are real, but that they mathematically might not need to be necessarily real to hold the energy of realness, but to have never actually entered our dimension. Which is where I get into the Higgs, saying that, okay, let's say it is. The Higgs is the thing that does exist for the shortest possible time. So the Higgs field decay, we know, is extremely fast. So I'm saying just like light sets the speed limit in the third dimension, I'm saying that. People just say, I think that's actually kind of agreed on, but I don't know if everyone would say the third dimension the way that I do. But the speed of light, nothing can go faster than it. That's what we call that. I think we could almost equally call it the weight of light, but we'll come back to that at a different time. But I'm saying the decay of the boson, the Higgs boson, might be the limit of the rate at which you can complete your existence in this universe. So the life of the Higgs boson, saying that the faster that something decays. Now, just because something decays doesn't necessarily mean that it's completed, but I'm assuming, this is developing a hypothesis, saying that the Higgs boson is actually setting the limit on decay, and that takes a certain amount of energy that's even faster than light, right? Not faster, I would say, but greater, exponentially. So, if this is true, how does this get back to the hoverboard and using the decay field, a decay field of the Higgs boson to create a warp drive? If you know anything about warp drives, you'll have heard that you need what's called negative negative mass, I don't remember, in order to power said warp drive. And this is a very simple idea. It's just you're taking away something in front of something and letting it move forward and putting it at the back. So it's like if I took, just what's in front of something, I put it at the back, moving it that way. Problem is, does that even exist? Do you have that negative matter? They say no. Now, I don't think we need negative matter. What we need is more negative matter, or a system that has, a negative matter component to it. And so what I'm saying is, if we can get a substance, now the first first test was a failure. If we can get a substance, because I thought the shaving cream would decay way faster, but one thing I'm learning, which kind of lines up, honestly, with E equals VD cubed, is that most substances don't really decay very quickly. And then I think that has to do with just, again, that Higgs boson, what that bringing mass to the world really means. And decay is no simple decay is no simple construct. Even radioactive materials. I mean, that's not the kind of decay I need. I need a more molecular, I guess. Structural decay might also work, if I can tap into crystals, maybe, those crystals that like snap if you touch them. I might have made that up, but need something that can condense energy really fast, and using that as a sort of type of propulsion. So that's what I'm testing with those tests. Also, it's actually even related to what I'm doing with the muon electron modifications, which is, it's again, to use the word topological, it's more of a topological muon thing. What I'm estimating with that is, muons are supposed to decay even faster than Higgs bosons. So I'm saying to myself, if we create an effect where or leptons, actually, I put in there, if we create an effect where we use, electrons, neutrinos, that takes up maybe a certain fraction of the mass of all things or whatever. And then let's say if we turned all those into muons, they would decay really faster. So the point of the, and then also, I think it gets into some quantum suggestions, and then it also, I think those two things are enough. But that ends up bringing us back into the applying what I've used in the ninth dimensional collider, applying that into modifications into the topological muon situation there. All right, muon lepton. Okay, so I think I should probably stop it there. Quick thanks again to all the hoverheads. Keep dropping your ideas. I need to dive way deeper into them. Shout out to everybody coming over to Instagram and YouTube, or starting really on Instagram. I guess people just have both apps. But yeah, have a great week. Stay blessed. Thank you so much for everything. Oh yeah, and then shout out to Flip Skateboards for letting me cop this deck. They sent it to me, and that's really the jump off for the mods. How can I not win when studios of high respect are contributing to the concept? How could I not go all the way? And so that's really what's jump-starting the mods. Thing is, I also have a whole nother idea for a hoverboard. I might as well just share it right now. So as you're seeing in the part 77, I think, or 79 test of the tritium collider, which I've just reviewed just right now, and I'm shocked because clearly a whole new hoverboard is coming out of it. That's why I'm not stopping those tests, if you're wondering, because it's continuing to produce. I think it's going beyond warp. It's going beyond warp. It's literally pulling from distant future. I think the combination of the multiple time machines, really, there's a whole nother revolution going on there that I can't even believe. But the hoverboard it just created, I say it, but it's me using it as a tool to create, but that just came from it, I think is a whole new hoverboard. utilizing a large electric ring, maybe about 3 feet high, connected to one side of the board, rotating at incredible speeds. That, using maybe even static energy to create hover. And then if it has sensors, it's going to have atmospheric sensors so that it can tell what the charge in the atmosphere. I don't really know the science of the charge, but we're low down to the earth, so the air's relatively dense here. So anyway, I just had to share it because I might not even, I'm gonna sketch it pretty soon here, but yes, shout out to the Hoverboards, shout out to Flip Skateboards for the deck, and yes, I look forward to so much more. Shout out to every person who leaves a comment. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, get the deck though. I don't know what I would have to say in order to get you to get it, but I want you to, if you could. I mean, I do. It does say I get commission, and I do, and that's really secondary to me more than me, because they sent me a free board, right? So ostensibly, they're saying, hey, how many of these can you sell? I know a lot of people wouldn't put it straight out there like that, but and if it was like some other product, I wouldn't really care. But it's a Skin Flip is a good skateboard company. Come on, I might even share some clips on this channel, because I wouldn't have thought about them as my favorite skateboard company before now. But now looking at it, I mean, there was hints. There was hints when I'm looking at certain people and different things and who's been on it in the past and stuff. Anyway, to say nonetheless, I'm gonna have to change my Tony Hawk Pro Skater character to all flip gear. But again, if you were already gonna buy a skateboard, like, oh, I buy a skateboard every 2 weeks, or whatever your routine is, or like I was gonna buy my new board and you were gonna put it together, buy this one, okay? And if you buy it and you reach out to me or whatever with any questions or anything like that, not that I'm the expert, but just to chat, see what I'm doing with it, I'll definitely hit you back. But I don't know if that's an incentive. Probably don't want to talk to me, but anyway, grab one so that I can look cool. Anyway, again, I'm just one scientist, so it's really you guys, the hoverheads, that are making this incredible. Peace.